there, YouTube. Welcome back to the channel. We're out here at some property I bought here fairly recently. I own this property up here. I also own this one here. And I own that shitty old trailer house. This building here is a 40 by 60 pole barn. That one there is a 14 by 50 just shitty old cold storage building. It's a 1958 trailer house that needs to be demolished because that thing's awful. We're going to look at it here in a little bit. Kind of the main attraction here though is this pole barn. It's not fancy, but it's in pretty good shape. Dirt floor, as you guys can see, and there's a lot of topsoil and stuff in here. It's got to be dug out. But the plan's going to be to turn this into a shop. So we're talking concrete, insulation. I want to cut another door on this side over here because it'd be a lot easier for access. Plus then you could pull through. But really, I mean, overall, it's actually a pretty solid building. This one's actually in pretty good shape. I think this would make a really nice shop space. There's certainly a lot to get figured out on this as far as what we're doing and how we're accomplishing it. The order of operations here. If I'm going to be completely honest, it's slightly overwhelming right at the moment. This property here I've only owned for a couple of weeks. The one up there I bought probably about a month ago. And yeah, there's a lot to be done. I want to start kind of scratching around in here a little bit, see how much of this is black dirt and how much of it's good material we can use to grade out. I need to figure out where, well, my finished grade's going to be at the bottom of this board here, so you can see that we're quite a bit low up in this corner here yet, which is probably kind of good because I need room to build up a compactable base and concrete and all that. Over here along this wall, that's almost at finished grade up there, so. And just in general, a lot to do, but like any other project, you just take a bite and you take another bite and you keep biting and eventually it's done. I'm going to try to take you guys along for this project. This is going to be quite the project by the time this is all said and done. But main thing here today is I want to get this all cleaned up here, this really tall grass on this bank. Down in here is a low spot. It's got water in it right now. They did hay that here recently actually. But I'm going to get I got the skid steer here and the brush cutter. I want to try to get some of this cleaned up. Maybe try to clean up around the trailer house a little bit. And I want to scratch around inside of this building a little bit here and kind of get an idea of what I'm up against as far as getting grading some decent base in here and all that. I suppose we might as well go look at our meth house over here. Alright, so I never even really looked at this trailer house till after I bought this property. I really don't want this trailer house. I kind of want nothing to do with it, if I'm going to be completely honest. But it's here, it come with the property, so I guess I own it. I was really kind of hoping I'd be able to give this thing away, but I don't think that's going to happen. If you look down this wall, see that's all bowed out where the window is there. Come inside, this part up here, I mean, you can tell window's been leaking. I mean, yeah, I was going to say it's not that bad up here, but it really is. It's pretty awful. Unfortunately, I think this thing's going to be a tear down and demolish. You got a fancy bathroom in here. Yeah. Got a board holding the ceiling up in here. Yeah, That's real nice. So yeah, I really don't think I'm gonna be, oh look, you can see daylight through this wall. That's lovely. So unfortunately, I don't think this is gonna be able to even be given away. I'm probably gonna have to demolish this thing and haul it off. So, not the end of the world. I do want the land underneath it. We can go up and look at the north property here now. We're at the front of the shop building here now, and this property starts up in here off of this corner. Comes up this way. I'm pretty sure this is all fill in here that somebody just hauled in here to get rid of at some point and built this whole, pretty much this whole lot up. I did widen that approach out already. That approach is probably only about 10 feet wide. I made it much wider so it's easier to get trucks in and out. Kind of been using this area to kind of stage some material and stuff. Hopefully that wind's not too bad. It's pretty breezy out here today. This building here is something straight out of a horror movie. As you can see, this one wall's leaning and this wall's actually sunk down a fair bit. So I didn't really put any value on this building, but I mean, it's standing, so it's still usable. Inside of the building here is certainly not any better. You can see it's not on a proper foundation. I may try to jack this wall up, straighten this out, and maybe pour some footings underneath the wall here and stabilize this building. I haven't really decided. Honestly, it's such a narrow building, only being 14 wide. It's not super usable, besides just some extra storage space, but it would be kind of cool if you maybe put a wall in somewhere about here and just kind of made like a little bunkhouse in here. You know, that would be kind of cool, but I don't know if this building's really worth salvaging. I mean, I'll use it. You know, obviously I've got a lawnmower in here. You know, I mean, I'll use it as long as it's still standing, I guess. But, you know, this thing's probably ultimately going to get demolished and something else built in its place. But this is actually what I like about this property. I mean, it's just a slough. You know, you might want to call it a pond if you will, but, you know, it's a nice little view back here. That Toyota Camry came with the property. I don't know, been off the road 10 years, got a bad transmission in it. It's probably destined for the junkyard. I did come out here with the brush cutter already once, and I cut back on these banks here, and none of this back here was ever mowed before, so knock that all down so you can actually see the slough here. It's a nice pretty view out here. This car here, it's probably destined for the junkyard. They did give me the title on it. I don't know where. They thought the keys were in it, and if not, they don't know where the keys are, so I don't think I have keys. They did send me a title to it, so, you know. I don't know, this thing's probably destined for the junkyard. It had mice in it. Not as bad as I would have thought, but there's definitely some mice in here. But yeah, there was actually supposed to be a video on this machine quite a while ago, and I never got around to doing it. I bought this skid steer last year, and I took it down to some property I've got down south, and I did a bunch of work there. And I've got quite a bit of video footage of that, but I never have gotten it edited and uploaded, so. One of these days I will. I honestly didn't do an extremely good job of recording everything that I did down there. I built, I don't know, probably 3/4 of a mile of road, and it's all in the fucking back hills country out there in southeastern Kentucky. So quite a bit of work on that for sure. That I never have really gotten that video edited. But like I said, honestly, I didn't do the best job of recording that one. I have no idea if there's anything underneath all of this tall grass, because you really can't see through 4-foot tall grass, so hopefully I don't find anything important. Boy, what am I doing sweating my butt off in this thing? I got air conditioning. Oh, much better. Anyway, that's looking a heck of a lot better. Alright, so finished brush hogging there, and I scratched around in here for a little bit. And found there actually wasn't that much garbage dirt on top there. And there's actually some of this, we call it class 5 in this area, underneath that garbage dirt that they'd put in here. So yeah, kind of spread that around a little bit, dug out a little bit, and I got some, obviously I got shovel work to do along the edges and stuff, but this back here is graded out halfway decent. I had to leave a ramp in and out of the door because the door closes to what the finished grade's gonna be here. So, but we got all that garbage dirt out of here and kind of spread some dirt around. Got a half-assed decent flat floor in here now. So that's a plus. Honestly, I thought there was going to be a lot more stuff to dig out of here than there was, so that's good. I was anticipating having to import quite a bit of fill in here, so where we're sitting at now, you know, I'd probably have to add another 4 inches of gravel or so, and then 6 inches of concrete, and that'd put you right at your finished grade. So pretty happy with how that came out for just scratching around a little bit. And that's actually not the worst material under there. So we're back out here today, and I want to get this car out of here. We're going to come back later and clean up this pile of trash, but got the trailer here, got the car here. I did look through this thing again, and I do not see any keys in it anywhere. As I said, I believe I said before, I do have the title to this car, but it's been sitting here, well, according to the tag, I think it was expired 10 years ago. So tag's expired for 10 years, so it's been here at least that long. I did check, and this does have a steering wheel lock. I think I was going to look and see if I could get to the transmission linkage on this, which actually looks like it's right here. See if we can pop this thing out of gear for when we roll it up on the trailer. But it's got a steering wheel lock, and obviously I don't want it to go that way because it'll go in the slough. So I think I'm going to leave it in gear for right now, because I got to get this car turned that direction. So actually having the front tires locked will probably help me some. And I think we're going to try to hook onto it and pull it that way. So this thing's sunk in the ground pretty good. I got no idea if there's any air in the tires or not. So I just hooked to the wheel here with the winch, and we're gonna see if we can start dragging this thing out. It's put my pickup in 4-wheel drive and set the parking brake. Well, it looks like it's out of its grave here now anyway. out of here. Let's get this pile of garbage out of here next. I think I got most of that pile picked up. That was actually quite a bit more stuff than I thought. I might have actually brought the skid steer up here to load that if I had realized there was that much. There's this little pile I got to deal with separately because that stuff can't go to the landfill. But we'll load that up in the back of the pickup before we leave. And I got some other stuff to clean up around here, so might actually end up with the full load by the time we're done. Alright, so we're back out here at the new shop here today. Really haven't done much work out here in the last month or so, but today's project, I've moved quite a bit of stuff out here just for winter storage for this year. Got my camper out here. I really don't want it parked on grass, so I dumped a load of some asphalt millings out here the other day, and so we're going to move this camper. We're going to strip some grass off and lay them asphalt millings down so that this camper is not parked on grass. Alright, so got the camper moved around the corner here. We're going to strip this grass off. We're going to load it in the dump trailer and take it up to the north lot up there. Be a little bit more efficient than carrying it one bucket full at a time, so Alright, so we got that load of asphalt milling spread out. Ran the plate compactor over it pretty quick. Pretty happy with that. Did end up getting a little bit of grass in my millings because it was dumped on grass and then pushed over, but it'll be fine. It'll do what I want it to do. So we still got this other load of dirt we got to go dump back there, and then we got to spread that stuff out. We got that parked back in place here, just in time for it to start raining. And yeah.